DARTcritics at Coffee Culture on St. Paul Street, and we're talking about Rhizomes last night. Hayley, why don't you go ahead?
It was interesting. So we only got to see about half of them, but what really struck me was how different it was from last year. The entire place
The whole
felt
building
haunted.
was a really interesting place to host.
Someone said in one of our groups, like, that's pretty derivative of St. Catharines, having these huge abandoned sort of
corporate spaces.
Corporate spaces that are being repurposed by artists.
So what were some of the specific changes from last year that...
It was just seemed like a lot better organized this year. I think last year they kind of worked out some of the kinks.
It's just improved so much this year. And they even took on, almost doubled their performances.
Should we start talking about some specific Rhizomes?
Yeah. So did anyone have a favorite?
My favorite was the Audible Gardens.
Yeah, that was. I think that was my favorite too.
That was the coolest one.
We didn't get to see that. Can you describe that one?
Yeah, so it was. They've been working on this big palette of moss for a couple months now, and what they do is they put sensors.
It's real moss.
Real moss.
Yeah.
3 different types of moss: tree moss, feather moss, and
shag moss.
Shag moss. They put little sensors underneath the moss, create wood-like noises, ambient. It was really, really cool. It felt like I was in a forest bed, looking down and seeing the lighting and stuff.
Interesting that there were so many that seemed to be based on nature.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, there was
Even,
quite a few.
Trevor
Kopp's.
piece about the stag hunt.
There was a lot about I guess speciesism is the larger concept, the stag hunter.
Yeah, you were really touched by that one.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of one of the awesome things about the Rhizomes, though, is the fact that all of us kind of had unique experiences, and none of us actually saw the same thing.
The only one we went to together was the ballroom dancing.
Yeah.
Oh, that was so much fun.
That was so
It
much
was
fun.
just great.
It was just some puppets in a room.
Having that
Giant
break
puppets.
from the sort of ominous feeling of, but we all went together and it was still so different for each of us.
Yeah, and also just like the way Rhizomes, I think, allows some of all the artists in the soil to kind of show off all their stuff.
Maybe something that couldn't have an hour slot by itself or an installation by itself in Monte or something.
Yeah.
There's still space for them, and I think that's so important in somewhere like St. Catharines, which is still quite a burgeoning artistic community. We're trying to find the space, we're trying to find all these different voices, and there really isn't room here to squash any of those voices. And I think that's so maybe they'll take a gamble and something might not work out, but I think everything worked out this year so well. Everything was
and
so
it's a good
impressive.
space for things that are more of an experience than a performance also.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's cool how it's one thing, the Rhizomes are one thing, but there's so much different media going on. So I think Rhizomes is just a really good chance for everyone to show off their stuff.
Yeah.
And the people out in the soil are very proud of it too. Even the volunteers who were just leading us through the tour.
They're like,
were so excited about it every time. They've been doing that for 2 hours.
And it's midnight,
So excited to show you what was coming up.
Yeah. And what's so great about seeing it last year and this year is that it makes me excited for next year, I know that I'm booking it off next year to come and see it because I want to see how much better it gets next year,
Totally. It's so unique. I've never seen anything like it, really.
And I know it was based off of something that...
The Hive at the Vancouver Culture Center.
Yeah. But even, because it's here, and because it's these artists and these artisans, it's completely unique, and I don't think it could happen anywhere other than St. Catharines.
Yeah, no, I don't think so either.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else anyone wants to say before we sign off?
What a great, diverse exhibition of artists. I love it.
DARTcritics are going to enjoy some Beechwood donuts and go review Chester the Cat.
Woo!